Reasons why you may hate the 2016 MacBook. This is the 4th installment of the Apple experiment. I've been very satisfied with the portable devices thus far, but I haven't touched on issues that many of you have with the MacBook in particular. In part 1, many of you complained about my laptop choice. It's underpowered, it's overpriced, the list goes on. It's okay. It's okay. So that's what this video will focus on, negatives involving the long-term use of the 2016 MacBook, and after almost 30 days of rigorous use, I have a pretty good idea of what needs improvement. Remember, I paid for all of these devices out of my own personal pocket, so I'm not obligated to say one thing or another. These are just my raw impressions of the Apple ecosystem. Speaking of which, here are the things that I hate, and that you may hate too, about the MacBook 2016. First up, obviously, the fact that it's only sporting a single USB Type-C port. And after countless complaints from consumers in regards to the 2015 version, Apple did literally nothing to remedy this issue. They didn't really change much at all about the 2016 version. They didn't even bother adding a second USB Type-C port. My solution for now is this: a cheap Type-C to HDMI, USB 3.0, and Type-C extension. It's goofy looking, on the expensive side, and is an all-around inconvenience to carry around, but hey, at least it's in the space gray color. This, of course, will depend on your daily needs with the MacBook, but I can say with certainty that since I wasn't able to connect a wireless mouse as is, I'll never ever take a USB port for granted ever again. It's a feeling you'll only have with a laptop as minuscule as this one, not that that's an excuse to only include one Type-C port. Something else that downright irritates me is the fact that the glass on the screen extends to the very edge of the frame. And while it may look more professional in the long run, it's a fingerprint magnet. Oils are constantly showing up on these bezels and it looks terrible in the light. This isn't a problem with just the 2016 MacBook, mind you, but seeing as though this is my first Apple computer, it's something I personally wish I could change. The MacBook Air is on the right track in this regard thanks to its silver bezels. Perhaps extending the space gray aluminum over to this side, that might work. I just hate seeing fingerprints. Here's one for you. The camera. We're talking 480p and obviously subpar audio, so this is the mic right now that I'm speaking into, and this is the laptop's audio. The laptop's just sitting in my lap where it's meant to be. This is what I would expect audio and video quality to sound and look like if I was speaking to somebody in a conference call or something along those lines. So for a $1,000 laptop, again, it's just disappointing. Another aesthetic flaw, in my opinion, this ugly plastic bar spanning the south side of the panel. What the heck is this? Who came up with this? It's not like it's only this color for the space gray version either. It's this way for the gold version, the rose gold version, you get my point, and it stands out. It's just ugly. Why not keep things uniform all around the screen as seen on the MacBook Pro, or go the MacBook Air route and cover the bezel entirely with the metallic silver plating? I don't know if this serves an actual purpose or if it's just there to look good, because it doesn't. Maybe somebody in the comments can help me out there, but needless to say, I hope it's phased out in the next generation. Now let's talk performance. Yes, I knew exactly what I was getting myself into when it came to ultra portable video editing. More on that right here, but when it came to even other simpler tasks, I found the laptop was lagging behind a bit. Scrolling through this well log, for example, results in some serious lag and artifacting. This is only a 76 megabyte file, by the way, and seeing as though I do quite a bit of this in my field, I'm disappointed by the performance here. 76 megabytes stored in memory shouldn't result in this kind of lag. Optimization's to blame as well, obviously, but PDF shouldn't be this choppy, even on a lower power dual-core processor with hyperthreading. Something else I forgot to mention earlier, this Apple logo on the front. It's reflective, not LED backlit like it is on the Air and Pro. I think it was a stupid decision, point blank, because now all Apple's done is replaced a prominent and rather appealing logo, in my opinion, with that of a subdued one, which is also, get this, a fingerprint magnet. Again. So let me get this straight. If I'm paying $1,000 for an Apple laptop, I should expect compromises like these? It's something I would definitely change back to the typical Pro and Air design, and I hope that the Pro and Air MacBooks both keep this design. I think it looks appealing, and it sets these Apple laptops apart from the rest. It just says, hey, I have a MacBook. Boom. That's really that's all it does, but I think it looks nice. Lastly, something else I cannot go without mentioning is the keyboard. Now, I understand that this laptop is super thin, I get it, compromises had to be made, but Apple couldn't raise these keys just a bit more? I don't mind key protrusion if it means greater travel distance and responsiveness. It really does feel as though I'm typing on a screen at times. It isn't annoying at first, but if you plan on writing an extensive paper, let's say, it'll quickly get old. But I can't make myself end this video on bad terms. There are cons. Clearly, you're making compromises with going with such a slim, portable form factor. That was one of the main reasons why I purchased this laptop. But there are still many pros that I think outweigh the cons mentioned earlier. The purpose of this video was to elaborate on things that deter people from purchasing the 2016 MacBook, and I feel as though Apple's MacBook sales would increase if these issues were resolved, assuming price stays the same. By the way, something I didn't mention in the previous videos, if you want a laptop that looks identical to this one and are willing to make a few compromises for the sake of saving about $200 US, click on the link in this video's description. It's the 2015 MacBook, same storage, similar compute performance, only major downside is the fact that it's sporting a lower power integrated graphics processor and a Broadwell CPU versus a Skylake CPU, but I don't recommend this thing for really gaming anyway. Simply put, in my opinion, saving $200 justifies the 25% reduction in graphics performance, and it's not like we're taking it away from a gaming laptop or anything like that. Obviously, this was intended for a completely different user. I purchased this one from Best Buy for $1,050 thanks to the student discount, but if I could do it all over again, I'd purchase this one right here. If you like the insight this video provided, be sure to give this one a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down if you just feel the complete opposite or hate everything about life. Be sure to click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more stuff like this, as well as the review of the AK Racing chair behind me. This is Science Studio. Thanks for learning with us.